Dear soul, today I bring you a message that has been carefully prepared in the heavens. You were meant to hear this today, at this exact moment, because something extraordinary has happened, something that changes everything. After so many doubts, after all the uncertainty, a decision has finally been made, and this decision has the power to alter the course of your destiny forever. But before you celebrate, listen carefully. There is something more you need to know, something that has not yet been revealed, a truth that could shift your entire perception of this connection. You must stay with me until the very end, because if you miss even a single word, you may not fully understand what the universe has prepared for you, and missing this could cost you more than you realize. The angels witnessed the exact moment this choice was made. They saw the hesitation, the fears, and the divine forces working behind the scenes to ensure that everything happened as it was meant to. But there is one thing they have not yet revealed to you, one final piece that changes everything. I urge you, dear soul, to listen with an open heart. This is not just another message. This is a revelation meant for you, a truth that was sent from the highest realms, so that you would finally understand what is unfolding in your life. If your heart tells you that this message is meant for you, if you feel the energy of these words resonating deep within, then declare it now. Write, "I accept," as a sign to the universe that you are ready to receive what is coming. Because this is just the beginning, and what lies ahead will change everything. The angels were there. They saw everything unfold. They witnessed the battle of emotions, the restless thoughts, the overwhelming doubts. They felt the weight of every hesitation, every question, every fear that clouded the mind and heart of the one who had to make the choice. But most importantly, they saw the exact moment when the decision was finally made. And that moment changed everything. This was not an easy decision. It was not something impulsive or fleeting. No, dear soul, this was something much deeper. The angels watched as divine forces aligned, as the heart fought against resistance, and as the realization slowly surfaced, the realization that no matter how long the journey had been, no matter how many obstacles had appeared, there was only one true answer, and that answer was you. But there's something you must understand. This choice was not just made in a fleeting moment of clarity. It was the result of an internal battle, a battle between fear and destiny, between doubt and certainty, between the mind and the heart. For so long there was hesitation, not because the feelings weren't real, not because the connection wasn't strong, but because this decision meant stepping into something unknown, something deep and powerful, something that could no longer be denied. And stepping into this kind of love requires courage. The angels saw the exact moment when fear tried to take over, whispering all the reasons why it would be safer to stay away, safer not to take the risk, safer to let things remain as they were. But at that moment, something else happened. A force greater than fear, stronger than doubt, broke through. And that force was love. Yes, dear soul, love was stronger. Love overcame the doubts, the uncertainties, the fears. Love won. But here's what you need to know. This decision wasn't made lightly. It wasn't a mere impulse or a temporary feeling. It was something profound, something meant to happen, something that had already been written by destiny long before this moment arrived. The angels witnessed the struggle, but they also witnessed the surrender to what was always meant to be, the surrender to this connection that has been calling for so long, the surrender to you. And now this choice has set everything in motion. The path has shifted. The doors that were once closed have started to open. The divine forces that had been waiting for this moment are now aligning everything to bring you two together. But there is something more. Yes, there is still something that remains unseen, something that has not yet been revealed. And this is why you must listen closely, why you must not turn away now. Because while the choice has been made, there is something about this choice that you still do not know. The angels want you to understand the full depth of what is happening. They want you to see what they have seen, to know what they have witnessed, to fully grasp what this decision truly means. And for that, you must keep going, because what comes next is the truth that changes everything. And if you turn away now, you may never fully understand what the universe has prepared for you. So, dear soul, take a deep breath and prepare yourself. The journey is unfolding, and the deeper you go, the more you will see. But one thing is certain, this is not just any moment. This is the moment that changes everything. And before we continue with this very special message, I invite you to support this space of connection. Become a member of the channel. And if you feel this message is touching your heart, don't forget to click on thanks below the video. This helps us continue bringing messages full of love and hope like this one. Now, let's move on to what matters most. The choice has been made. The path has been set. Everything that needed to align for this moment has fallen into place. The angels have seen it, and they are guiding every step, ensuring that nothing interferes with what was meant to happen. But before you think that everything will unfold smoothly, there is something you need to know. Because while this decision has shifted the course of destiny, there is still something that could stand in the way. Something that could delay, disrupt, or even break what has been set in motion. And if you are not prepared, you might not even see it coming. This is why the angels have sent this message now, because there is a warning you must hear. A truth that, if ignored, could cause you to lose what has already been placed on your path. You see, when a choice like this is made, when a soul finally surrenders to love, to fate, to what was always meant to be, there are forces that will try to interfere. Not because this connection is not real, not because the love is not strong, but because great love always comes with great challenges. The angels have seen it happen before. The moment someone steps toward their divine connection, doubts begin to surface again. The outside world begins to whisper. The past tries to pull them back. And fear finds new ways to creep in. Even now, as this path is opening, there are obstacles waiting ahead. And if you are not aware, you might mistake these obstacles for signs that this love is not meant to be. But listen closely, dear soul. That is not true. What is happening now is a test, not a punishment, not a rejection, but a test to see if this love is truly ready. The angels are watching to see if both hearts will stand strong, if both souls will move toward one another, despite the challenges, despite the doubts, despite the whispers of fear. And here is what you must know. This is not just about them choosing you. It is also about you choosing them. This connection, this love, it cannot be one-sided. It cannot be something where only one heart is willing to fight. The universe has done its part. The choice has been made. The path has been set. But now it is your turn. Are you truly ready for this? Because the angels want you to understand something very important. Love is not just about fate. It is about action. It is about stepping forward when everything inside you is afraid. It is about believing in the connection, even when the world tells you otherwise. It is about recognizing that what you have asked for, what you have prayed for, is finally here, and not letting it slip away. But if you hesitate, if you let fear take over, if you ignore what is unfolding right in front of you, then even destiny cannot save this. This is why you must stay strong. This is why you must listen to this message until the very end, because there is something even more important that you need to hear. A truth that could change everything. A revelation that explains why this connection is unlike anything you have ever known before. Something that, once you understand it, will make everything clear. The angels have seen what is coming. They know what stands ahead on this path, and they want to prepare you. Because what is about to be revealed will change the way you see everything. So do not turn away now. Do not let doubt win. What you are about to hear is something that was meant for you. And if you truly want to understand the depth of this connection, if you truly want to step into the love that was chosen for you, then you must keep going. Because the next part of this message holds the key to everything. Dear soul, you have come this far, and that is no coincidence. You are here because you were meant to hear this, because what is about to be revealed will change everything you thought you knew about this connection. You have felt it. Something has shifted. Something has been set in motion. But there is still something hidden, something that has not yet come to light. And once you hear it, you will never see this situation the same way again. The angels have kept this truth guarded until now, because you needed to be ready to receive it. Not because it was meant to be kept from you, but because understanding comes at the right time, and that time is now. You already know that the choice was made. You already know that despite the doubts, despite the fears, despite the obstacles, love was stronger. The surrender to this connection has already begun. But what you do not yet know is that this decision was not made just recently. this was not a choice that happened in a single moment of clarity. No, dear soul. This decision was made long before this moment arrived. And this is the truth that has remained hidden. This connection was never truly a question in their heart. It was always the answer. From the very beginning, this love was felt. From the first glance, the first interaction, the first energy exchange, something within them recognized you. A pull, a knowing, an undeniable force that could not be explained, but also could not be ignored. The love was already there. The connection was already written. But fear has a way of making people run from what they desire most. And so, instead of moving toward you, instead of embracing what was felt from the very start, they hesitated. Not because they didn't care, not because they didn't feel the same connection you did, but because they feared what it meant. Loving you meant letting go of the past. It meant stepping into something unknown. It meant trusting in something they couldn't fully control. And that, dear soul, was terrifying for them. So they held back. They ignored the pull. They convinced themselves that time was needed, that they weren't ready, that life had to unfold differently first. But through all of that, one thing never changed. You were always the one. And no matter how long they tried to resist it, no matter how many excuses their mind created, no matter how much they tried to delay what was inevitable, the truth always remained the same. Their heart never chose anyone else. And the angels saw it all. Every silent thought, every moment of longing, every time they questioned if they should come closer, every time they almost did, every time they held themselves back, fearing what would happen if they let themselves feel what was already there. The love never disappeared. It was never lost. It was only waiting for them to be ready, waiting for them to stop running, waiting for them to finally admit to themselves what the angels have always known. And now they have. That is why this message has come to you at this exact moment, because for the first time, they have stopped resisting. The choice has been made not because they suddenly realized their feelings, but because they finally stopped denying them. And that changes everything. But there is still something more. Because while this truth brings clarity, it also brings responsibility. Now that you know this, now that you understand what has truly been happening, you must also be prepared for what comes next. Because love is not just about realization, it is about action. And the next step will be the most important one yet. The angels have revealed this truth to you because they need you to be ready. Ready for what is coming. Ready for what this means. Ready for what this connection will now require. And that is what you are about to hear next. Because what happens next will determine everything. So do not stop now. Do not turn away. The next part of this message is the most important one yet. And if you truly want to understand where this is leading, if you truly want to see the full picture of what is unfolding, you must hear what comes next. Because once you do, everything will finally make sense. Now that the truth has been revealed, everything shifts. You are no longer standing in the same place as before. Knowing this secret, understanding that this choice was never about discovering feelings, but about finally accepting them, has changed everything. But dear soul, do you truly understand what this means for you? This revelation is not just about them. It is about you. It is about your life. It is about what happens next. Because now that the truth is in front of you, you can no longer see this connection the way you once did. Now, you must look at it through the eyes of truth. The angels have shown you that this love has always been there, that it was never in question. But knowing that is only the beginning. Now, you must ask yourself, what do you do with this knowledge? How does it change the way you move forward? Because, dear soul, this is where transformation begins. When you believe that the delay in this connection was because of uncertainty, perhaps you questioned yourself. Perhaps you wondered if you were enough, if you were truly meant for this love, if something was missing. But now you see the truth. This was never about your worth. It was never about whether or not you were deserving. It was about their journey, their readiness, their ability to accept what was always meant to be. And now that they have stopped running, now that they have surrendered, it is time for you to do the same. This love is real. It is not just a possibility, not just a dream, not just something you wished for in silence. It is here. It is unfolding. And now, you must decide whether you are truly ready to receive it. Because love does not just come to those who wait. It comes to those who are ready, and that is why the angels have sent this message today, because you must be prepared for what this transformation means. It means letting go of the fears you carried, the fear that this love might never come, the fear that you were waiting in vain, the fear that this connection was only one-sided. Those fears can no longer exist, because now you know the truth. But there is something else, because love does not just require readiness, it requires trust. Now that this choice has been made, now that they have accepted what was always in their heart, there will be a moment where doubt may try to creep in again, a moment where the past might whisper that it is too late, where fear might try to suggest that this is too good to be true. And when that moment comes, the angels need you to remember this. This is not a mistake. This is not an illusion. This is the path that was always meant to be. If you allow fear to take hold again, if you allow old doubts to return, you may begin to resist the very thing you have been waiting for. But the angels do not want that for you. They want you to step forward with faith, to embrace what is unfolding, to trust in the timing, in the journey, in the divine alignment that has brought you to this exact moment. Because this transformation is not just happening around you, it is happening within you. This love is not coming into your life the way you once imagined. It is coming at the exact moment it was meant to. And that means you must be willing to receive it as it is, not as you once thought it should be. Because, dear soul, if you can open your heart fully, if you can trust in what has already been written, if you can step into this love without fear, then something even greater will unfold. Something beyond what you have even imagined. Because this transformation is not just about you and them. It is about what the two of you are meant to create together. And that is what the angels want you to hear next. Because what is coming next is bigger than you realize. So do not turn away now. Do not let doubt creep in. Because the next part of this message will show you what this love was always meant to become. And once you hear it, you will never see this connection the same way again. Dear soul, you have reached a turning point. You have walked through the revelations. You have seen the truth unfold before you. And now, you stand at the threshold of something greater. But before you take the next step, there is something you must understand. The angels have been guiding you, showing you the hidden truths, revealing what was once unknown. But there is one last thing you need to hear, one last truth that will change the way you see everything. Because this is not just about love, this is about purpose. This is about why this connection exists in the first place. You see, dear soul, the universe does not bring two souls together without reason. Love is not given simply for the sake of companionship. True love, sacred love, is given with purpose. And this connection, the one you have been waiting for, the one that has finally been accepted, it is bigger than just two hearts coming together. It is part of something divine. The angels want you to know that this love carries a mission, a reason for existing, a purpose that is far greater than you have ever imagined. And if you do not understand this, if you do not open your heart to this truth, you may never fully receive the blessings that come with it. This love is not just about romance. It is about healing old wounds, healing past lives, healing the pain that has kept both of you from fully stepping into who you were always meant to be. Because, dear soul, this connection was never just about finding each other. It was about transforming each other. And that is what is happening now. That is why the timing had to be right. That is why the journey had to unfold this way. That is why, despite all the waiting, despite all the doubts, despite all the obstacles, the universe never let this connection fade. Because the two of you have something to complete together. A path that was written before either of you even realized it. And now, the moment has come. But this is where choice comes in. Because even though the universe has brought you to this point, even though destiny has aligned your paths, even though the angels have done their part to ensure that this love is finally realized, you still have to say yes. You still have to open your heart. You still have to accept this love fully. Because love, no matter how destined, cannot force itself upon someone who is not ready to receive it. And this is why the angels have been preparing you. This is why they have revealed these truths, why they have taken you step by step through this journey, why they have shown you what has been hidden until now. Because they need you to understand what is at stake. If you hesitate now, if you let fear take over, if you turn away from what is being given to you, this connection will not disappear, but it may be delayed. It may take longer to fully come together, and that is not what the angels want for you. They want you to embrace it now, to step into it fully, to accept what has already been decided in the heavens, because when you do, everything changes. The final piece of this journey will fall into place. The last barrier will dissolve. The love that was always meant to be will finally have the space to bloom fully, but only if you are ready, only if you are willing, only if you choose it as fully as it has already chosen you. So ask yourself now, dear soul, are you ready to step forward? Because what comes next is the moment that will determine everything, the moment where destiny is no longer just an idea, but something that is finally lived. And in the next part of this message, the angels will show you exactly how this love is meant to unfold, because the final revelation is about to be given, and once you hear it, you will never question this connection again. Dear soul, you have walked through every truth the angels have revealed. You have seen the depths of this connection, the hidden fears that once held it back, and the undeniable purpose that binds your souls together. But now, there is something even greater to understand, something that changes the way you see not just this love, but the journey you have taken to reach this moment. The choice was made, not just in the heart of the one who finally stopped resisting, but in the heavens, long before either of you were aware. This love was not formed in the fleeting moments of this lifetime. It was written in eternity. And the reason this message is being sent to you now is because you are at a crossroads. The universe has aligned everything. The doors have been opened. The barriers that once stood between you have started to fall. But there is one last thing that must happen for this love to truly come together. You must receive it. You must accept what has already been decided. Because the truth is, destiny can only take you so far. The angels can only guide the way. But the final step, the step that brings this love fully into your life, must be yours to take. You see, dear soul, this love was never meant to be a temporary flame. It was never meant to be a passing moment. It was designed to last, to be eternal, to unite two souls that were always meant to find their way back to each other. But love is not just about recognition. It is about devotion. It is about showing up for this connection, even when the world tests it, even when fear whispers that it is safer to stay guarded, even when past wounds try to convince you that love like this is impossible. The angels are asking you now, are you ready to trust in what has already been written for you? Are you ready to embrace the love that has chosen you? Because this love is not ordinary. It is sacred. It is meant to lift both of you higher, to transform you, to create something more beautiful than either of you could ever imagine alone. But even sacred love requires a choice. And right now, the angels are watching, waiting, hoping that you will choose what has already been chosen for you. Because once you do, once you fully embrace this connection, everything changes. The hesitations that once stood in the way will vanish. The fears that once held this love back will dissolve. The energy between you will shift, and what once felt distant will become undeniable. But if you hold back, if you let fear stop you, then this love will have to wait even longer to reach its full potential. And the angels do not want that for you. They want you to step forward now, to claim what is already yours, to believe in what has already been revealed. Because this choice, this love, was never about chance. It was always about destiny. And now, you are standing at the moment where everything is about to fall into place. But there is one last thing the angels must tell you. One final revelation that will make everything clear. One truth that will show you exactly what is meant to happen next. And once you hear it, you will understand why this love is not just a possibility. It is a certainty. It is inevitable. It is already written. So do not stop now. Do not let this message end before you hear the final truth, because the last piece of this journey is about to be revealed. And once you hear it, you will never question this love again. Dear soul, you have come to the final part of this message. And yet, in truth, this is only the beginning. Everything you have heard until now has been guiding you toward this moment, the moment when you must decide what to do with what has been revealed. The angels have shown you the truth. They have lifted the veil. They have brought you to the edge of something life-changing. And now, the next step is yours to take. This love has already been chosen. This connection has already been written. The universe has already set everything in motion. But love, even when it is destined, requires a heart that is willing to receive it. So now, dear soul, The question is no longer if this love is real. It is no longer if this person was meant for you. It is no longer if the angels have been guiding this union. Now the only question left is, are you ready? Because being ready for love like this means more than just waiting for it to arrive. It means opening your heart fully. It means releasing the fears that tell you this is too good to be true. It means stepping forward with trust, knowing that what has been given to you is not a coincidence. It is a divine gift. But there is something else. Because while this love is meant for you, while this union is already unfolding, there is something you must do to align yourself with it completely. You must let go of the past that told you love was uncertain. The past that convinced you that your heart would always be left waiting. The past that made you doubt if someone could ever truly choose you. That past no longer exists. Because now, the choice has been made. Now, love is no longer a question. Now, you are being asked to receive what has always been meant for you. The angels want you to know that what happens next depends on your willingness to embrace this truth. Because while this love will always be there, waiting, ready to unfold, the speed at which it comes together depends on your energy. If you believe in it, if you step forward with faith, if you prepare your heart to receive it fully, then the universe will respond. The connection will strengthen. The signs will become clearer. And before you even realize it, what once felt like a distant dream will become your reality. But if you allow fear to linger, if you question what has already been confirmed, if you hesitate and doubt, then this love may take longer to reach you. Not because it is not meant for you, but because love cannot bloom where fear takes root. So the angels ask you one last time, are you ready to step into this love completely? Are you ready to trust what has already been decided? Are you ready to walk into the life that was always meant to be yours? Because if you are, then declare it now. Speak it into existence. Tell the universe, I am ready to receive this love. Write it, say it, feel it. Let your soul align with this truth, because the moment you do, the energy shifts, the barriers fall. The final piece of this divine plan clicks into place. Dear soul, if this video was meaningful to you, leave a thanks below this video as a gesture of gratitude for this revelation. This strengthens us to keep sharing messages of connection and faith. And then, the love that was always meant to be will no longer be a vision of the future. It will be here. It will be real. It will be yours. And that, dear soul, is what the angels have been waiting for all along.